Hey everybody, it's me. I'm up early today. It's not even 5 o'clock yet, but I couldn't sleep. I'm going to get right to the subject of this. I was listening to Raspek the other day. I often listen to Raspek because I learn a lot from his channel. And this really is specifically for him because every now and then, well, more than every now and then, they bring up the fact, or what he thinks is the fact, that the Klan is in the Deep South, and that all the racist movements are in the Deep South or in the South. That the South elected Donald Trump or was the catalyst for electing Donald Trump. And for some reason that all the racist problems in America comes from the Deep South. Okay. I want to give some information here to Raspek because although we've had our problems here, no doubt, okay, the 60s were awful. Before then were really unspeakable. Now, I live in the Deep South. I live in Mobile, Alabama. I was here. I've been here all my life. I was born here. But Raspek is wrong in a lot of the things that he says, and he needs to check his information. I'm not mad or anything. I just want him to understand what he's talking about. Most of the organizations right now are not in the Deep South. I've done some research on this just for this particular thing from the Southern Poverty Law Center, which is located in Alabama. Okay. For those that don't know what the Southern Poverty Law Center is, it's the organization that keeps up with terror groups and hate groups. And I did some research off of this particular site, but off of some of the other sites too, because I wanted it to be a legit site that nobody could say, oh, that's a bunch of crap. It's Wikipedia. Anybody can contribute to it. Okay, so what I'm fixing to tell you is it comes off of the Southern Poverty Law Center site. You can look it up. Okay, the most Klan chapters in the United States right now is in Pennsylvania and Tennessee. Now, Tennessee is the South, but it's not the Deep South. As a matter of fact, Alabama, 2 years ago, their chapter of the Klan disassociated with the Klan altogether, okay, saying that it wanted no part of a racist institution, that their primary goal was to promote harmony between races. Okay, now, whether that's true or not, I don't know because I don't keep up with the Klan. But what I did want to say is this: these are the states that have the most hate groups. Okay. Now, when I say that, most of the hate groups now or terrorist groups are not race black and white based now. There are a lot of Muslim based hate groups now. So Alabama has 23. California has 83. Michigan has 31. Ohio has 36. New York has 47. New Jersey has 48. And Washington State has 28. Now, for whoever's interested in this, the South isn't what y'all have to worry about. Okay. If it's any concern, not the Deep South. What you got to worry about now is the Midwest and the Northwest. The Midwest and the Northwest are where the Proud Boys are from, is where the American Renaissance is from. Richard Spencer, who is one of the leading people in racist organizations, he moved from Washington, where the capital is, to Washington, to Whitefish, Montana. Sorry, I'm reading this off of here. I don't keep up with the latest hate groups. To Whitefish, Montana. Montana is about as far away from the South as you can get. Okay. Richard Spencer, he's the one that's always in the news now. And he's the one that goes in for the ethno state and all this crap. Okay. He's not in the South. He's in Montana. Okay. The Aryan Nation is in Idaho. It's not in the South. It's in the Midwest. Okay. The Proud Boys are in the North. They are in Minnesota. Okay. They're not in the South. Oh my gosh. It makes me mad because the South gets a bad rap. And I understand our history. There's nothing that we can do about our history. Okay. Where I live in Mobile was the last place that a lynching took place. I'm not proud of that fact, but it is a fact. Okay. It was in 1983. And also where Mobile is where the last slave ship also came ashore. Okay. Out of that slave ship, the people who came off that ship formed Africatown, which is here. Okay. Cory Booker came down here. I mean, it's been here for years. The South is not all bad. Okay. I'm going on purely black and white right now. We get along pretty well. Okay. It is not what it keeps being said that it is. Now, I did all this information gathering for Raspect in particular, and also as far as electing Donald Trump, okay, Donald Trump did do his first rally right here in Mobile. Okay. One reason why he did that was because Jeff Sessions was one of his biggest supporters. Jeff Sessions comes from Mobile. Okay. So that was a big deal. You know, he came to Mobile when nobody even really took him seriously. He did his first campaign here. Okay. I'll give you that. He came back here, you know, and did another one near the end of the campaign. He did, no doubt. But pull up the map of where Donald Trump won. Okay. I'm going to pull this up and I'm going to say where Donald Trump won mostly. Yes, he did drag the South, no doubt. But he also won in Montana, in North Dakota, South Dakota, Nebraska, Wyoming, Idaho, Utah, Arizona, okay, Ohio, Michigan, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, okay. He won mostly in the Midwest, the West. He did drag the South, no doubt, okay. I'm not going to deny that. But the South couldn't have put him in office. We couldn't have done it by ourselves. He got a lot of the flip states, and it wasn't on race, it was on foreign policy and also mostly on economics, mostly on the jobs. Okay, mostly on the jobs. And he has kept that promise. So anybody that hey, Takia Watts, anybody that will do their research, okay, the Klan is for the most part dead. What you've got to worry about is the Aryan Nation, which came out of California, came out of the prison in California, as a matter of fact, and is still in California. Okay. You've got to worry about let's see, I wrote this down. The Daily Stormer was well, still is. Stormfront was the big online presence, and it got pulled a couple of years ago. I didn't even know that, but the Daily Stormer is a big deal. Proud Boys is a big deal. Gavin McInnes is a big deal. None of which is in the South. None of which is in the South. Now, the Southern Poverty Law Center has a lot of hate groups listed, a lot of which are the so-called terror groups, the Black Panthers, the Nation of Islam, and the Nation of Islam, actually, we have a chapter right here in Mobile, is spreading the quickest. Okay. Now, I'm very familiar with Louis Farrakhan because I've watched hours of his YouTubes. Okay. The man is very charismatic. He has an odd sense of humor, but he is racist. Now, he says, well, he says separate but equal. But he never fails to call white people devils either. So you draw that from what you want to think, okay? Watch his YouTubes, see for yourself. But that's the Islamic groups and the counter groups for the Islamic faith is what is on the rise right now here. Okay, that's from what I can see from my research, that's what we have. Now, I'm going to give you one example with the Proud Boys who are in Montana. Let me just give you an example. Proud Boys are minimal government, maximum freedom. This is their creed. Anti-political correctness, anti-drug war, closed border, anti-racial guilt, which means stop apologizing for being white, anti-racism, pro-free speech, First Amendment, pro-gun rights, Second Amendment, glorifying the entrepreneur, and venerating the housewife. Now, what that means exactly, I haven't been able to find. It sounds a little odd, but I've watched them as well. The Proud Boys are up in the northwest, and they take on Antifa a lot. Okay, they are a mixed race group. So all I'm saying here, and I'm not going to drag this out, is that I'm really sick of hearing about how the South and the Deep South are the touchstone for everything racist in the United States. It's not. It might have been 50, 60, 75 years ago. It's not now. And do your research, okay? Just do your research. So I don't like the Southern Poverty Law Center because they make up their own rules and they pretty much decide who's a hate group and who isn't under their own rules. So anybody that wants to jump Trump, I don't particularly like the man personally. I think he's got a good sense of humor, but he has done, and I did not vote for him. I didn't vote for Clinton either. Okay, because you vote for Clinton, and that is just pure evil. That just don't even get me started on that. But Trump has surprised me with what he has done. Okay, so when you get into hate groups and racist groups, don't blame the Deep South anymore. Okay, we have our problems just like the whole rest of the nation. Look to the Midwest and the North. Okay, pull up the information yourself because you're putting the label in the wrong place and you're not looking at the people that are the real threat anymore. Okay, so just a shout out. Thanks to Kia Watch TV. And I'm going to end this and get on with my day. Y'all have a good day.